Welcome to the 30-minute mock challenge. Is this your first time dining with us? I'm Stippling, and I will be your builder for this evening. Can I start you off with some appetizers, perhaps a polybag or two? Our special for today is our tender, custom CCBS action figures, fast cooked to perfection over 30 minutes, and seasoned with our world-famous fan-selected challenges.
Wow, you're really losing it.
Whoa, what just happened?
You tell me, chef.
Hey guys, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could hide me somewhere?
Seriously? I worked hard on that intro. Why don't you just disappear like you always do, E-Talk?
It can't work like that. Hide me.
It would seem we finally have some leverage here, Stippling. First tell us why you keep showing up here, and why you smell of old leather and sulfur, and then maybe we can negotiate.
There's no time. Please.
Fine, but you owe us some explanations when this is over.
Weak-willed fool.
And here I was hoping that if the introduction was weird, then the rest of the video could actually be normal for once. Where was I? Oh yes, challenges. Each of the challenges contained in this bucket are fan-selected challenges, offering unique and exhilarating twists to intensify the difficulty of the build. Let's see what today's challenge has in store for us. Today's challenge is... build the legendary Akotin Boogeyman. This is one I just put in today from last week's challenge. That's pretty interesting. Apologies there, the printer was having some issues. But yeah, this will be awesome. This will be a great opportunity to build something very terrifying. Maybe it'll scare the pants off of E-Talk. You hear that, E-Talk?
They're here.
Is that a skull and crossbones?
We seek the dissident of discord. We seek E-Talk.
E-Talk? What's an E-Talk? Is that some kind of trendy new internet lecture website or something?
Your feeble attempts at subterfuge do not amuse us, Builder. Our master demands the dissident return to the shadows, and you will deliver him to us before the next build challenge.
And if I refuse?
Then swarms of chaos and grief will flood the lives of those who stand before us, tormenting their very souls until naught remains but a ruined vestige of ash and bone. None shall stand opposed to our will. None shall...
No one threatens my friends.
1 week.
Don't stare at me like that. He was a rambling lunatic, and those always give me a headache.
Did you say friends? Did we just have a moment there, or...?
Don't even do that. Where's E-Talk? Weak. You put yourself in harm's way and the guy doesn't even stick around to say thanks.
Nothing makes sense anymore, and everything just feels like it's falling apart. It's almost like I'm building Keytar all over again.
Stop being dramatic. Just do the challenge and build something. I need to clean this scrap metal and grease off my foot anyways.
He's right. I won't let these threats shake me. People all over the world need these videos, and I owe it to them to build. I came here to build a mock in 30 minutes, and that's what I'm gonna do. It's time to focus and get that job done, and I'm gonna do it in 3, 2, And that's all she wrote. I did the best I could with the time I had. This is not what I saw in my head when I started, so it's interesting to see some random other thing that came out of my head. Let's go ahead and pull it in the studio and see what it looks like. Gather round, children, for another tale. This time of the dreaded monster Yalgarok. Long ago, a young child named Arok sat at this very campsite. Much like you, Arok wore an elemental mask on his face each and every day, just as his mother and father asked of him. Also much like you, Arok didn't really like to wear his mask. It was cumbersome and itchy, and he removed it in secret whenever he could. One night, as he lay resting snug in his bed with his mask thrown across the floor, a dark and terrifying entity known only as Yalg seized the unmasked Arok and took hold of him. The boy and creature became one, a terrifying monstrosity with the head of a beast, the body of a man, and the legs of a spider. Today, this beast of nightmares is known as Yalgarok, and hunts for children who refuse to wear their masks. You'll know the beast is hunting you if your face is unmasked. As chills run down your spine, you'll hear the slow screeching and tapping as the beast patiently stalks you in the shadows. You'll feel its piercing gaze upon your bare face, but not see him, for the beast is a master of stealth. It can hide behind a stone, under a bridge, or even under your bed. Yalgarok could even be with us here now! It would be at that moment that any kids playing with their masks would jump in fright. I really wanted to make this scary campfire story have a moral, to encourage the children of Akoto to always wear their masks. Obviously, there are elemental weaknesses for those who are unmasked, but in my own head I imagine that the children are not fully in tune with their elemental powers yet, and thus are less affected by the removal of a mask. The whole thing is very foreign to them and they just don't want it on their face. Would you want to wear a mask on your face all day? When I started building him, I had no clue what I was going for. If you watched very carefully, you'll see I'd picked up a lot of dark blue pieces and I was haphazardly throwing them together, trying to mix them with all these different colors. In the end, I dropped the dark blue entirely and focused on trans neon orange and black. He has 6 legs, 3 on each side, as well as his 2 arms, which kind of double as extra legs when needed. I really like the shaping of this, I just wish this wasn't so flat. The reason this is flat was my choice of bone pieces to connect to the whole thing. I used one of those female to female bone pieces and then one of the baby tiny protector torsos to connect it. And that was a mistake. I realized it was a mistake kind of late, and at that point it was too late to change anything. The only good side of that is it gives him a bit of articulation you wouldn't expect. He can swivel his back section like so, and he can also pull his body up forward like that, which offers some really interesting poses as you saw. I think his upper body looks good. I again had no idea what I was really going for, so I was initially imitating Umarak the Destroyer and how he builds up his body by using a gearbox as well as some of these Technic beams. So I had built up to the point where I had the Technic beam and the ball joint there, but I didn't have anything on it, so I just decided to make some kind of pseudo pauldrons that really added more spikiness to the overall appearance. While this build is far from perfect, I really like the concept, and I feel like this is one of those ones that I could build off of and expand on, and maybe actually build something really epic and big. He's definitely scary to me. I don't know if he would be scary to you, but I guess if he was hiding in your closet, you may think differently. So that's pretty much all I have to say about Yalgarok. I'm curious to see what you guys think in the comments. Do you like the concept or did I completely botch it? Finally, let's see the winning fan challenge from last week, which was submitted by Emma McCrossan, who challenged me to build a character that is a cross between Makuta and Akimu. I have to wonder if Emma's last name had anything to do with the idea of crossing 2 characters. Either way, I find this idea fantastic and the concept behind it intriguing. What would have happened if the overwhelming force of the Mask of Ultimate Power fused the 2 mask makers together, rather than causing an explosion that blasted them apart? It will be a blast to find out. If you have a great idea for a challenge for the next 30-minute mock episode, please post your suggestions in the comments section below. Try to come up with something you think no one else has thought of. Weird ideas are my favorite. Remember that the comment section below is the only place I will look when choosing next week's challenge. All that said, I'm a little concerned with the omens that skull and crossbones guy warned us about, and all of us here at Play Stippling will be on high alert all week. I can only hope that with his destruction, the doom he spelled out is over. But he did speak of a master, so who's really pulling the strings? The mysteries will continue next week on 30 Minute Mocs. Thanks for watching.